Good morning, everybody. My name is Jody. My husband David John and I have a small farm in the panhandle of North Idaho. These are our stories and adventures. So welcome to Moose Flats Farm. Today we are out in the greenhouse, and as you see behind me, all of my brassicas, and we need to get them in the ground out in the garden. So that's going to be today's project. Now that we've got all our trays put out, we're going to have to go and place the pots so we can get them planted. So what I'm going to do is do basically a staggered step on planting them. I'm going to do the cabbages on one side and the cauliflower and broccoli on the other. And since all the pots have labels, I'll just label everything. So even if it's kind of a mismatch, it should work out really good. So let's get these guys sorted out. Well, everything is kind of laid out. Now we're going to go through the fun of getting these all planted in the ground. So this here is a golden acre cabbage. So we're going to plant him just a tiny bit over the soil level just to help stabilize him. And even though brassicas don't regrow roots on their stems, you are able to plant them a little deeper if needed, and they won't rot out. Okay, so this is a Copenhagen early market cabbage. So we're going to plant him just barely above the soil level, and if any leaves break off, like on this other one I planted, I'm just going to collect to feed to the birds. And you can plant your brassicas a little deeper than soil level. They won't grow any roots, but they also won't rot out. And this soil is absolutely full of baby worms. And I'm just putting the labels on the right against the edge of the bed I'm just going around gently, gonna just compact the soil around him. And there's another one planted, so I'm gonna put the camera on time lapse and knock the rest of these out. Well guys, as you see, we have got it all planted. All that's left now is to water it in. And even though I typically don't use the oscillating sprinkler, it does have its benefits because it will water this whole thing all at once. And half of this bed, if the water was turned on up here, I wouldn't be able to water anyways. Show you why. The end of my soaker hose rotted off last winter, so it wouldn't water half of this bed, which is not the end of the world, because after these brassicas are done growing, we will have to go through and add soil to some of these beds on this side anyways. And I did wind up with some extras. Not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I guess it's better to have a little too much than not enough. So let's get this sprinkler turned on, and then I found something really interesting this morning, and I'll show you what I found. So this morning when I came out to feed and water, go into the lean-to on the duck pen, and there was a baby duck. I'm like, where'd you come from? No mama around. Then as I start looking, not sure exactly where that nest was either. I start looking, I see that I do have another hen that has gone broody, and underneath her were 3 more babies. But her eggs aren't ready to hatch, so I know they're not hers. That's one of the issues I'm having with the 3rd and 4th round of female Muscovies, is their mamas were, or the original mamas were good mamas. Now these mamas hatch out their babies and get up off the nest and walk away, and it's fend for yourself baby day, which is fine in the summer when it's nice and hot, but not in the spring when it can get cool and you can lose babies. So let's go check out my 4 new babies. There you can see the 4 little ducklings. And aren't these baby chicks getting big? About time to raise that heat light up a little. Yeah. But all the baby chicks are doing really good. I was dealing with a little bit of pasty butt, and I think they've finally outgrown it, but which was weird because I've never really had it. Every now and then I'd get a chick, but this time around it was almost all of them had it to some degree. So out here I have put up a little temporary fence to give the geese some grass, and so I can easily get the duck shavings from the duck pen to where the potato bed is going to be, because duck manure is technically a cold fertilizer as opposed to chicken, which is hot. So we can just take the duck manure straight from their pen and put it on the potato bed, whereas the chicken we have to compost it to cool it down. But they've gone through and eaten almost all their grass in 24 hours, and I've yet to get the shavings moved. And little tick, my male Chinese African, even though there is a fence around the fruit trees, he consistently figures out a way to get in there. And there's my buddy Thor. Yeah. Pretty boy. So I think I'm just gonna put the camera down for a couple minutes, go get a bunch of shavings and get it out on the potato bed. So Tuesday, David John can rototill, and then the following Sunday we can plant potatoes.